Yo, what's up, Rare Drops? If you're new to my channel or PSO2, my name is Skull's Nightshade. I play mainly on Ship 3 as Skull-sama. I'm pretty much known for being a fashionista and hosting in-game community events on Twitch. On that note, let me tell you a little bit about an event called Cast Day. Cast Day is a community event that happens the 10th of every month. It's where cast players, as well as other ARCs interested, go to admire each other's fashion, play together, and just hang out. This event takes place in base game in the Universal blocks, so players from any ship can participate. The first time I heard about Cast Day myself was earlier this year via PSO2 NGS subreddit. I was super excited to go. I even made an event in my Discord server, invited a friend, but unfortunately I'm really bad at time zone conversions and showed up when everyone was leaving. And I haven't had an opportunity to go since then, but always wanted to know more about that part of the community. The organizers of Cast Day reached out to me and asked if I'd not only like to participate in the December event, but cover the event on Twitch, and of course I said yes. So fast forward to the event. It started with a group photo, which was a really good time for me to introduce myself to everyone and check out the looks that were there. While we waited for the next event, my friend 𝐀𝐤𝐿𝐿 came to hang out with us, and I'm sure you guys know who 𝐀𝐤𝐿𝐿 is, but I will leave a link in the description for you guys to check him out. He was just as astounded to see the creativity of the cast community. And side note, thank you 𝐀𝐤𝐿𝐿 for taking the time to join us with your incredibly busy schedule. After that was a concert by Photon Miku and their crew. It was absolutely out of this world. Like, I expected it to be good because the PSO2 community is super creative and super awesome, but this was on a whole different level. I will totally leave a link below where you guys can see the full concert for yourself. In between events, we read some character lore from our community. So here is some lore that was submitted by community members. First one. Username Geek. Character name RWF-99. Type. Info about their lore to start. The following content includes personal delusions about the old PSO world view and poor English. After the Council of Six and the Guardians retired, Oracle have increasingly divided. Without the leading of Mothership, leaders of each ARC ship gradually broke the rules of the organization in order to compete for the benefits. One faction of the former Oracle decided to embark on a series of projects to create kinds of mass-produced weapons to reduce human losses, and in response to the possible rebirth of primordial darkness. As the situation got more tense, project finally coming to an end, the final product of this project was called RWF-99 type, which conceived with the reference to the battle records of the Council of the Six Guardians. Council of Six and Guardian. I apologize for that mistake. With the efforts of 𝐀𝐤𝐿𝐿's legacy, theoretically, it could use all classes' skills or photon arts by switching different forms. Even used replica of the 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦𝐚. I think that was supposed to be a 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦 arm to some extent. But due to its run structure, was obviously different from the previous product, which controlled by Hyperphoton AI. The development team still needed a unique photon-sensitive individual to provide the awareness blueprint to complete the final step. A woman from ship number 99 eventually provided this blueprint. Looks like these are the blueprint numbers. Record is corrupted. And this is them. Wow, your character looks awesome. And your lore was amazing. There were just a couple of spots where I kind of confused myself, but it was translated beautifully. We've got a couple more shots. Amazing. God, you guys are so freaking creative. I swear. All right, basic information. Casts become casts because of their critically high photonic output. It is so bad that their bodies are crippled. They may even perish. A mysterious cast with a photonic composition consisting of cold photons. Their aura is as literally cold as it is from these photons. Wait, it's as literally cold as it is from these photons as it is figuratively. Now we're on to Dreamweaver's lore. A young 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦𝐚 researcher was born. How she had survived up to a certain age while it's consumed by frostbite was beyond anyone. Limbs were amputated, replaced by prosthetics. An uncured illness went unchecked until she never recovered. What was thought to be a weakness turned out to be an anomaly of the century. Dreamweaver became a cast at a younger age. They shed aside almost all of their body, and with it was reborn anew. Like a frozen phoenix rising from the blizzard. They were enlisted into becoming an Arcs defender quite eagerly, as Arcs would love to exploit such an unusual talent to fell their strongest enemies. A sharpshooter with a talent for exploiting weaknesses and dancing around their foes. Even their weapons were adapted to channel ice. Their blight rounds inflicted frostbite on their enemies. But fighting is what they disliked the most. Dreamweaver is a model to the side. No one knows that the night of permafrost that Dreamweaver is as an Arcs defender is actually the cast idol on magazines and shows. Yo, Dreamweaver's famous. That's cool. Although there are definitely cues in the costumes they wear, and that they are the same person, they quite enjoyed the anomaly that their side hustle gives. Yo, I love that. All right, and we got some images here. Let's look at Dreamweaver. Yo, that looks really good. I love that. So Dreamweaver's famous. A famous model, a famous cast model. Who's just chilling as an Arcs defender. All right, the character name is 𝐤𝐿𝐿. The username is Leon278. Now for their lore. To the members of the elite Arcs group known as the 𝐊𝐼𝐿, the true story of 𝐤𝐿𝐿 is a lot darker than what the public Central City believes. Some of them believe that Crawford is covering up some parts of 𝐤𝐿𝐿's training to ensure that the Legion members see him in a more positive light. 𝐤𝐿𝐿's origin goes back to the falling Arcs civilization of 𝐀𝐤𝐿, who failed to stop their region from freezing over, and was born at a time it was virtually non-existent, 23 years before the events of New Genesis. Over the years, fate would seemingly go against her, with her father dying in the harsh blizzard conditions during the evacuation of 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐿, and her mother increasingly devoted to her medical research. Nonetheless, 𝐤𝐿𝐿 joined Arcs, hoping to come to terms with her past. She would join the 𝐊𝐼𝐿𝐿 later as the sixth member of the group, led by 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦𝐚. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Which is intended to operate independently but still under Arc's command. 𝐤𝐿𝐿's life would be nearly ended by the hands of Dark Falls, warranting her transformation into a so-called Project Moonlight cast. These casts are, compared to earlier casts of arcs, substantially more advanced and are able to transform into other forms, though to what extent is unknown. Yet, Project Moonlight has a darker side, as 𝓊𝓪𝓷 has no idea her own mother, Jacinda Kleiner, is the head of this secretive project. Whether or not this is true is yet to be seen, but some 𝐊𝐤𝐮𝐥𝐥𝐬 members have raised suspicions regarding this fact. Nowadays, 𝓊𝓪𝓷 continues to fight the dolls alongside the 𝐊𝐤𝐿 with a new nickname she hopes will forge a new path for herself, the Flower Princess, reflecting her love of flowers. Her new cast set reflects the change that she undertook to help this matter. Her main class is Ranger, but like some of the other members, has mastered 5 or more classes over the course of her arc's career. Damn, you guys are so freaking creative, I swear. I thought I was good at writing stories, but I feel like I'm blown away. That is so pretty. I love that. Following that was the first lobby game segment, and that's where we play games created by members of the PSO2 community. This one was Among Arcs, which is exactly what it sounds like, Among Us, but in PSO. The way that game works is the game master will pick out the participants and one murderer. After choosing the murderer, the game master will instruct everyone to run around in a pre-specified game area, which in this case is the circle. After about 10 seconds or so, the game master will tell us to stop. So we all have to stand still. The murderer will then whisper to the game master who out of the participants they want to murder. And they have to be relatively close. Then the game master calls out who got killed, and we have to try to decide who is the killer based on the position of all the players. The game ends when the killer is voted out or 3 people are left. I think I had more fun playing that than I ever have in Among Us. I even got to be the killer once. Not for very long, but it was still pretty fun. Unfortunately, after that, I had some IRL things to take care of, so I had to leave when the next set of lobby games started. But before we got to that, we continued with more lore. I'm having so much fun with you guys, I don't want to leave. This character is Rusty Field, who has been in existence, we don't know, but assume a year. Their race is caste, and they are Scoutbot. Their personality is calm, empathetic, friendly, heroic, a lone wolf, and a masochist. Equipment: they use a sword, a rifle, a TMG, a wand, and a talus. Their ability is support skills, recon skills, decryption, and absorb pain, fears, impersonation, betrayal, breaking, hurting someone as a result of his existence, especially from loss of control, weakness, loss of control, and feeling pain. Rusty Fiend is a simple scout bot with unknown origins, especially before entering Halpha. Rumor has it that he has 2 entities inside him. The first guides him and bounds everything together to his body, and will only intervene if it threatens his own existence. The other is like a virus that wants to take over Rusty Fiend, but is unable to due to the first entity. This entity settles for the next best thing, relishing in Rusty Field's pain and suffering. It also gives incredible power to Rusty Field. I'm sorry, Fiend. I keep saying Field. I'm so sorry. Rusty Fiend. The curse to compel, to take pain away from others, and the ability to reform in case he would perish. The entity is malicious, but requires its host to survive. Rusty Fiend has nothing to his name, but regardless, he will wander the endless plains in search of his own purpose and his creator. Our next one. Uh-oh, it looks like this cast had an error. Let's see. Their alternate world number is redacted. Their name's redacted. File name, corrupted AI 3200. Their known information, corrupted AI 3200. It's a normal combat AI, but it's unknown how corrupted AI 3200 became corrupted. Its mission log is only the words kill, murder, blood. Corrupted AI 3200 is highly dangerous, aggressive, and to be destroyed on sight by any means. Combat log, the file's corrupted. Oh God, oh goodness. Oh goodness, guys. Are they here? Should we be watching our backs? Oh my gosh. All right. This is our last one. Name? 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦𝐚. 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦? Or is it 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦? Let's say 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦. I feel like that makes sense. Gender, female. Height, 208 centimeters. Weight, 400 kilograms. Now for their origin. A fully synthetic cast build during the fall spawn era by a female engineer to test out the combat applications of certain experimental tech. Initially, the cast was built with standard materials and a slightly modified learning AI. Tests were going as expected for a few years until after one test, it came back with a higher photon count than it did starting. The photon count is supposed to be lower or depleted as they are used as fuel, and the tech in that experiment was not an energy generator. Generating and accumulating photons was a property only photon sensitive individuals had. Between the engineer never bothering to reset the AI's knowledge base, the AI observing her reactions and feelings to each experiment, in close continuous proximity to a sapient being, the cast had merged to develop a soul of its own. It still operated primarily on logic, but now it had emotions and low empathy. Realizing the breakthrough and rarity of such events, the engineers stopped using the cast for tests and now started raising it as an individual, given a new body, built to last, and a new life. The cast was renamed 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦. And if you're here, current purpose. When 𝐀𝐤𝐮𝐦 isn't fighting in the front lines, she takes somewhat after her mother and builds more cast bodies. She wants to create more casts like herself, but with how long it takes for a soul to generate in a synthetic being, the bodies tend to sit around in storage after their test run. She has managed to build another being with her own soul who is acting as a mag until they can survive on their own. Whoa. And this is them. After I left, the event continued with another set of lobby games, another set of photos taken, and then an event I was really excited to see, the cast speed build. I really wanted to cover that as its own video, but I wasn't able to make it back in time to see the whole thing. So the way that event works is the event organizers choose a theme randomly. The participants have 25 minutes to go to the salon and dress up. Everyone shows off their looks after the 25 minutes is up, and the crowd votes for a winner. And here is our winner from this event. Congratulations, by the way. And that wraps up Cast Day. Again, I really want to thank the people who organized and coordinated this event for inviting me. This was such an amazing experience. I definitely was missing out on this, and if you guys missed it, don't worry. Like I said before, it happens the 10th of every month, so just keep an eye out for that event. Of course, I'll be posting about that event when I am participating, but I'll leave a link to some Discord communities where you can get notified of in-game events like this and much more. The next Cast Day is in January, and it will be the anniversary of Cast Day. So when we cover that, we'll be talking a little bit more in depth about what Cast Day means and how it all came to be. What inspired the community to make this event happen. Anyway guys, stay comfy, Rare Drops. Sayonara!